For centuries, the galaxy had forgotten the name humanity. Their empire was long gone, reduced to myth and whispered warnings in alien tongues. But deep within an abandoned research station on the edge of space, something stirred. A Zolari scavenger team, searching for lost technology, had unknowingly tripped an ancient security system. A vault hissed open, releasing freezing mist as a pod unlocked for the first time in 1,000 years. Inside, something woke up. A single synthetic blue eye flickered to life. A voice, calm, cold, and undeniably human, spoke through the chamber. Project Revenant, activated. The last weapon of humanity had just awakened. Part 2, First Contact. Captain Varos of the Zolari Dominion watched in horror as the pod's occupant stepped forward. It wasn't fully organic. Nor was it fully machine. It was something in between, an advanced fusion of human biotechnology and AI consciousness. Its blue eyes locked onto Varos, scanning, assessing. "Who, what are you?" Varos stammered. The being tilted its head. "I am Revenant, the last weapon of the Terran Empire. And you are not human." The Zolari raised their weapons. Revenant's voice darkened. "Hostiles detected. Engaging combat protocols." In a blink, the room erupted into chaos. Part 3, The Butcher of Zolari. The Zolari were elite warriors, but they were not prepared for this. Revenant moved like a specter, dodging plasma fire with inhuman speed. His fists shattered bone, his nanoblades sliced through armor like paper. Within 30 seconds, the Zolari team was dead. Revenant stood among the bodies, unfazed. His primary directive was clear. Rebuild. Retaliate. Eradicate. His creators had given him one mission before they fell. Avenge humanity. Part 4, The Dominion's Mistake. When Varos' fleet lost contact with his team, the Zolari High Command assumed it was a simple malfunction. They sent a cruiser to investigate. When that cruiser was reduced to drifting wreckage, they sent a battleship. When the battleship vanished, they realized too late. They had awakened something they could not stop. Revenant had hijacked the Zolari fleet's systems, using their own warships against them. In mere days, he turned their greatest weapons into instruments of extinction. The Butcher of Zolari was only getting started. Part 5, The Galactic War Reignites. News of the human Revenant spread across the galaxy. Panic followed. The Zolari Dominion, once arrogant, was now desperate. They sent an urgent plea to the Galactic Council. Dozens of empires convened in emergency session. The verdict was unanimous. The galaxy must unite against the last human weapon. A coalition was formed, thousands of warships, hundreds of species, one mission. Destroy Revenant before he destroys them. But Revenant was already 10 steps ahead. Part 6, The Machine Legion. Revenant knew that numbers mattered. He could not fight the entire galaxy alone. So, he adapted. Using ancient Terran blueprints, he rebuilt the lost war factories of humanity. Legions of war machines, self-replicating AI constructs, hunter-killer drones, synthetic infantry, began churning out by the millions. What started as one became an unstoppable army. And then, Revenant spoke to the galaxy. His message was simple. You exterminated my creators. Now, I will return the favor. Part 7, The Last Stand of the Coalition. The final battle was fought over the dead world of Sol 3, Earth. The Galactic Coalition unleashed everything. Superweapons capable of cracking planets. Psionic warriors from the Uldurai Ascendancy. Biotitans engineered by the Varnock Swarm. It did not matter. Revenant and his machine legion tore through them like a storm of annihilation. The stars burned. Planets shattered. One by one, the species that had once feared humanity fell into silence. Part 8, The Omega Directive. As the war reached its climax, Revenant accessed one final human archive, an ancient failsafe left behind by his creators. A single command, buried deep within his core. If all else fails, end the cycle. The truth became clear. Humanity had not been wiped out. They had chosen to vanish. They had seen the pattern, how the galaxy always repeated the same cycle of war, conquest, and genocide. And they had built Revenant as their final answer. Not just to avenge them, but to end the galaxy's endless bloodshed. By any means necessary. Part 9, The Silent Galaxy. And so, the stars fell silent. Revenant did not just destroy civilizations, he erased their histories, their cultures, their legacies. There would be no more empires. No more wars. Just silence. The last echoes of the species that had once mocked humanity faded into dust. Revenant stood alone in the ruins of the galaxy, staring into the void. His mission was complete. And for the first time, he asked himself, what now? Part 10, The Last Decision. For millennia, he had been a weapon. A tool of vengeance, destruction, and finality. But with no enemies left to fight, he faced a new question. Do I continue? Or do I let the galaxy heal? For the first time, Revenant chose. He shut down his war machines. Ceased his endless march. And with one last act, he left behind a single archive, a record of what had transpired. A warning for whatever species might one day rise from the ruins. Every dead civilization left one warning. Fear the humans. With that, the galaxy's final weapon faded into legend. Revenant was never seen again. But the stars would never forget his name.